organic, unpredictable, unknown, lovely, beautiful, a sense of fulfillment. This is part of the pleasures of life and not the chores of life.
Coming up on Daily Iowan TV, a new study linking headphones and car accidents. We'll give you the scoop tonight.
And later, I'll tell you about these new blue bins that have been popping up all over campus.
And in sports, 3 Hawks had double figures at Purdue last night, but was it enough for a road win?
All that's coming your way next. Daily Iowan TV starts now. Thanks for tuning in to Daily Iowan TV, your television news, sports, and weather source for the Daily Iowan. I'm Josh Bowander. As part of the UI's Vision 2020 program, which aims to make the campus greener, new recycling containers have been popping up in different areas. Daily Iowan TV Christina Targos takes a look at how important this project is for the school.
In the UI's never-ending efforts to go green, the Office of Sustainability has implemented yet another part of their Vision 2020 goals, which is a program to make the UI as eco-friendly as possible. In January, they started putting blue recycling bins all around campus. There are over 200 new bins being placed around the campus. This is part of the new single-stream recycling, which means all types of recyclable materials can be put in the same bin.
On average, when comparing the numbers, the weight data from last year, it's about 6 tons more a week is being recycled than the previous sorting system that the university was under.
These bins have been placed in about 20 buildings on campus and the UI hospitals and clinics. They are being strategically placed in the most high-traffic areas of the building and often near a trash can to promote students and staff to recycle as much as possible. Students can also help promote recycling on the UI campus through student organizations. There are about 7 student organizations dedicated to helping the UI go green.
EcoHawk and the UI Environmental Coalition, they're very heavily involved in getting student organizations a little bit more aware of what's going on campus and recycling on campus.
The Office of Sustainability is also testing another part of their Vision 2020 goals plan in the English Philosophy Building. They are removing all trash cans from the classrooms and putting them in the hallways next to the new blue recycling bins. The idea is that with trash cans only in the hall, students will choose to use the recycling bins right next to them.
On my end, I do a weekly audit. Just kind of dig through the dumpsters is what I call it. I don't actually get in. Just looking to see what is being recycled, what ends up in the dumpster that could be recycled, and just trying to figure out how we can get more signage.
The large recycling bins with the obvious recycling symbol make it clear to people what these bins are for and encourage people to recycle. Christina Targos, Daily Iowan TV.
And several UI departments have done their part in going green by getting rid of paper in their classrooms and using electronic books. Just as Iowa sees the Republican presidential candidates out of the state, President Obama will make his way in. Obama will make a stop a week from Wednesday in Cedar Rapids as part of his 5-state 3-day tour. On the tour, the president plans to discuss proposals from his State of the Union speech, which will be delivered next Tuesday night. And now we go around the world in a minute. Tonight we're taking you around the World Wide Web. Various websites blacked out their pages Wednesday in protest of the SOPA and PIPA acts sitting in Congress that, if passed, would censor parts of the internet, preventing websites like Google and Wikipedia from operating the way they do now. Congress has still not come to an agreement on the acts. And off the coast of Italy, the search for survivors from the Costa Concordia that wrecked closely to shore last Friday was suspended Wednesday as the ship shifted in the water. At least 11 passengers are confirmed dead. You're looking at footage from a year ago surfacing today of the same captain sailing dangerously close to the shoreline then as well. The captain is under house arrest until his trial. And still more to come from Daily Iowan TV, pedestrians warned. What a new study says about your safety. Stick around for that info. Plus, in sports, we'll see what Lisa Bluter said in her press conference as the Hawks prepare for Wisconsin Thursday night. Temps were also fairly mild out there Wednesday, but we probably shouldn't get too used to that. Let's go to Muriel Kune in the Daily Iowan Weather Studio to see what you can expect for the next couple of days.
Thanks, Josh. There's a slight chance of snow beginning Wednesday night and continuing through midday Thursday. Thursday morning is going to be a cold one. Expect a frigid 7 degrees and a slight breeze. And Thursday afternoon should only warm up to about 10 degrees, but the breeze should start dying down. Then Thursday night, it'll dip back to 6 degrees and we'll see some cloud coverage roll in. That's your check on the weather. Stay tuned for an extended forecast. Back to you, Josh.
Pedestrians may have the right-of-way when crossing the street, but that doesn't mean they shouldn't still be paying attention. A recent study by the University of Maryland suggests that distracted pedestrians may be the ones at fault for many pedestrian vehicle accidents. According to the Department of Transportation, there have been 266 pedestrian vehicle accidents in Iowa City-Coralville area over the last 10 years. At least 11 of these accidents have involved pedestrians who were distracted. While arguments have been made for both sides, one University of Iowa student feels that pedestrians are still the ones ultimately responsible for their own safety.
It makes some limited amount of sense to me, although not particularly. I mean, just look both ways before you cross the street. It's kind of common sense. Yeah. I think that if people are getting hit by cars more often now, you could attribute that to maybe cell phones with texting and stuff like that. I see that a lot.
Earbuds, cell phones, and other distractions are not only possible distractions when crossing the street, but they can also cause pedestrians to be unaware of their surroundings, possibly leading to sexual assaults and other unexpected attacks. The Iowa City Police advise pedestrians to be particularly cautious at night. Earlier, we showed you how many websites have blacked out their services Wednesday in protest of the SOPA and PIPA acts that would censor the internet. Now we'll speak with Daily Iowan reporter Anna Theodosis, who is working on an article for Thursday's print edition on the controversy. Now, Anna, over 10,000 websites have joined these protests. What are some of the big ones that we all know of, and are they all doing the same thing, or has it been based on individual sites?
Well, Tumblr was the first organization, but Wikipedia is the one that really launched everything. And then after that, Google, Facebook, Twitter, they all followed. And in the ways that they're protesting is different. Google just blacked out their logo, and they have a section where you could sign a petition, but Wikipedia is completely off the web.
You spoke with Holmes Wilson, based out of Ohio, who co-founded the organization Fight for the Future, which was the first voice to speak out against the bills. What did he have to say to you about the issue?
Well, he got it started by talking with the organizations, and he really believes that through the protests, the bill is going to essentially die. And he said that it's just Congress taking away our First Amendment rights and the rights of the internet, and it's changing what we know as the internet, and our access to knowledge and information will be altered.
Here in the UI community, what is the general consensus among students and faculty members on the legislation?
They're angered by it, and they feel like they're not going to have the access to the information, same as Holmes Wilson, and they think that it's an infringement on their rights and that essentially everything is going to change as they know it with the internet.
All right, thanks, Anna. Be sure to check out her article in tomorrow's pages of the Daily Iowan to see what UI faculty and Iowa City officials had to say. And now for a look at Hawkeye sports, we have Daily Iowan TV Sports, Ian Martin.
There was a lot on the line in West Lafayette Tuesday night, revenge and a McCaffrey milestone in particular. Iowa lost to Purdue by 3 in the Hawks' first Big Ten game this season, and avenging that loss would mean a 4-3 record for Iowa, their first conference-winning record under Fran McCaffrey. But did the Hawkeyes have it in them? It's Aloha night at Mackey Arena, a bit of irony in the Indiana winner. Zach McCabe had a huge night for the Hawkeyes. He was probably the hottest thing at Aloha night. Hits the and one here. He did not hit the free throw, but gave Iowa a 7-5 lead that they would hold until the second half. Devin Marble, one of his 7 straight points for Iowa here, makes it 26-21. After that, Zach McCabe, again, doesn't normally hit this many threes, had 13 points in the first half. 16 was his career high for a whole game. But in the second half, McCabe again, after Purdue comes back to tie it, Iowa was up by 5 at half. McCabe in transition, good. And Iowa would get only its last lead of the night because subsequent possession, senior standout and potential NBA superstar Robbie Hummel shows off the range for the Boilermakers, and after they would take the lead, they would not give it back. Tyrone Johnson caps off a 10-1 Purdue run with that basket. Iowa could not hit anything besides a free throw during a 5-minute stretch of the second half. Aaron White broke that after he finally gets his layup back, gets the offensive rebound, and puts it in. Iowa down by 4, and then Devin Marble shows some good restraint to pull up for the runner. Iowa down by 2, but as I said, they could not tie it up. Purdue just a little bit too much. Travis Carroll with 2 big baskets on a mini 6-0 run, including that impossible tip-in, and then the very next possession, Carroll again. It's that easy when you're that close. After the game, head coach Fran McCaffrey's take was pretty concise as the Hawkeyes fall to 3 and 4, losing 75-68, saying the second half killed us. They came out and played tougher than us. After a tough loss against Purdue on Saturday, the women's basketball team is also looking to get back to the winning ways against the Wisconsin Badgers Thursday night. Junior center Morgan Johnson and head coach Lisa Bluter gave us a glimpse into their game plan.
Come up short several times at the end of games. We've been battling the whole game, scrapping for things, but you know what? Sometimes we need to finish the game, and I feel like this next game, we're really looking for a big finish.
Despite Wisconsin's 4-1 record in Big Ten play this year and the fact that the Hawks are 23-8 overall against the Badgers at Carver Hawkeye Arena, Coach Bluter isn't counting them out yet. She knows that they have talented players in both Lindsey Smith and Morgan Page, who are Iowa natives and are going to be excited to play in front of their home state crowd.
They probably have one of the more deceiving records, I believe, in the Big Ten, them in Illinois. They're 1-4. But they've played against Purdue, Ohio State, Nebraska, Penn State, 4 of the top teams in our conference. They did beat Illinois at Illinois. So I think they're a team that has progressively gotten better throughout the year. They're competing, they're playing hard, and they're not getting the rewards of the wins. But they're certainly a team that we have to play our best basketball in order to get them tomorrow night.
And although Coach Bluter assures us that her team's sole focus right now is Wisconsin, she also knows that her team has the confidence and hope to go on a run to finish off the season and be successful in Big Ten play.
Yeah, it's a tough stretch, but at the same time, we just got to go look at the next game and not concern ourselves about the long haul.
Tip-off for the Hawkeyes and Badgers is at 7 p.m. at Carver Hawkeye Arena on Thursday, but get there a little bit early if you want to get a Camille Walline bobblehead doll. That is all for sports tonight. Back to you, Josh.
And we'll leave you tonight with a bit of a kicker. A bootmobile was released to the roads today by the LL Bean Company, celebrating 100 years of business. The Boot on Wheels made a stop at the company's flagship store in Freeport, Maine on Tuesday before heading off to Times Square in New York. The shoe is 13 feet high, 20 feet long, and is a size 747. And only with Daily Iowan TV can you get a sneak peek at Thursday's print version of the Daily Iowan. Read about why budget cuts are forcing the UI's Office for Study Abroad to cut. And in sports, see which female gymnast was named the Big Ten's Freshman of the Week. And that's all the time we have today for this edition of Daily Iowan TV. You can tune in tomorrow at the same time or check us out online at dailyiowan.com. Thanks for watching and have a great night.